sharing this to document my experience with it. There's pain in my chest right now, so I'm trying to ignore it. Let's speak this. I've been a single mom since Teddy was 2.5. We're almost at 8 years now, by April. And I haven't had a steady tribe. My parents helped with when I was working. When I first moved home, I was living with my mom, and then I was living with my dad. Then we had full-time home therapy going on, like over 20 hours a week. They would be in our house. And so I had a lot of support through that. And then once I started homeschool and I was doing all of this healing work, I eventually realized that my parents were not going to be a healthy support system either. So I walked away from my mom. I was going over to her house a lot, but she wasn't actually babysitting for me. She did help me also find therapists for Teddy, because resources here were a big issue for a while, and it still is somewhat sparse. And then we have found these ladies that, a few different people, and they've all been wonderful. Like when they've been with him, they've been great. And I've gone, so they had this sort of these two ladies had this service, and they were coming like twice a week. And I think they were just starting out with it. So like we may have been one of their first clients. And they had other jobs that they do during the day. And so at one point I told them about it. I picked up a part-time job. It was like a 4-hour shift max. I was not a server, but the girls at the front, the seat people. I can't think of what it's called. And so I didn't have to work long hours. And so, they agreed to it, and they were still coming, but they started showing up late. It's almost as soon as I started that job. And so 2 months later, I got fired from that job, and then we backed off to only doing like 1 day a week with them. Because again, I understood they had other jobs. Like it was circumstantial. So, and then that kind of fizzled out, and I walked away from my mom, and I've just been doing everything on my own. My kid's with me 24/7, except for the couple of weeks out of the year that he goes to see his dad and his grandparents. He's with me all the time, 24/7. And, I've made, I don't know how many posts on both my page on Facebook and on the Sitter. There's a Fairhope Moms and Sitters. That's my town local page. I've done different things. Like at one point I was looking for a nanny job. I almost had a job for that, and that fell through. And then I've also posted trying to find, help with my kid. And there have been, this last time I posted that, I was more specific. Like I want someone reliable, consistent. Like we've had struggle with this. Like if you're up for the challenge, reach out to me. And I had a couple people reach out, and I responded to both of them. And the one lady never got back to me, and the other lady said she was looking at her daughter. And I gave her daughter worked with like special needs and did this Camp Smile and all this, and she was young, and like she sounded like she had a lot of availability open. And so I gave her my number and I said, tell her I was very interested. Tell her to call me or text me anytime. Never heard back from her. The girl that was with the girls that were in that I've reached back out to those two ladies that have helped us in the past, and I got with the one girl. The one's not available, so the other one was texting back and forth with her, and I told her the 2 days that we wanted that she had available, and she did. The Monday I said I don't think we can do twice a week. Can we just do Saturdays? And then she told me she already had somebody else for Saturday, so she didn't pencil it in. And obviously, because she had someone else on the day thought we were going to get together. And then she said, I do have Sunday open. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And she came over last Sunday. It was great. It's fine. They're wonderful with him. And, cause I've even stayed here with them before when they're here and stuff. And then this week rolls around and I texted her and I was like, hey, let me know if you're coming this morning. She's texted me ahead of time and she was like, oh no, I was expecting a call from you. If you still needed me, like I'm on another job. And I just let her know that's not cool. Like you didn't, I've never done that. I've never called. It's okay. We're flexible, but, you did not give me the full picture. And I've just started to be like this, like, because I'm so sick of it and I'm so frustrated by it. And I'm speaking this because this is all the reason why I want, and my dad has given us money to do babysitting. Like I don't have money for that. I don't have money for one person a week to come help me with my kid. And that's also why I've been trying to do work from home, because I have what else am I going to do? And I'm still not getting clients. I'm still not getting people spam my email and they send $10 donations here and there because they think it's funny. In the beginning, I did have a few people drop like genuine donations. And then one time was like an amazing one and that was one of the days that my stability was gone. And I was freaking out because we didn't have enough money for stuff. And I've learned how to drop my pride more but trying to heal hyper independence as well through this is really intense. So I'm not saying that I'm sure that there's healing that I'm still working through that I need to open to receive more, but that's separate from this situation with the having consistent support. So I don't know if other moms experience it like this, because there was a point in time where I was like, I wanted to be with my kid. I didn't want just anyone keeping him, because I was like, I don't want someone, I mean, that still is the case, because like they have to be somewhat patient. If they don't work with special needs, it doesn't mean that they can't work with him, but it's like, it does take a particular kind of person, because they have to be ready for his, be able to work with the fact that he can't speak more, which doesn't hold him back that much. Like, but, and that he does have behaviors sometimes and stuff. So really young kids who have either experienced it before or just, because they're strong and I don't know. So, and, these ladies that come help us worked with special needs specifically. I think the one maybe didn't, but they were both great. Anyway, so like but now my kid's much calmer and, but there are those things, like he's not like a typical kid that just wants to go out and play like other kids. Like you have to kind of like get him engaged and stuff like that. So this is how my experience with it. And that's what's also driving me to try to want to create a space where there's more options for kids like mine, and there's more options for parents like me who are exhausted from moving through all of it and just want to have consistent, reliable support and a community setting with other moms and options, classes, whatever, like things to do, and a way to connect to people, or just go somewhere even for respite or whatever their needs are. Because I'm still just doing Uber delivery, trying to get clients, trying to get this channel going, and trying to go back to God about what other options we have. I know a lot of people have their family like that, and they have that, and then that's a little bit different, but as you said, we had a miscommunication. No, honey, you didn't inform me. And it's fine. Their service is like they take calls. I guess they take it like first come, first serve or whatever, but she didn't let me know that. So it's just frustrating. It's like, this is what it's like. It's extremely hard to find consistency, and I'm not someone, I'm like, I can't afford a full-time nanny. So I recognize too that like my circumstances are particular where it's like I'm not in a space that I am wanting that. But it would be nice to have people that can show up week after week, and I could have that, I could rely on that, and it not be like always trying to find somebody or never knowing. Because like if I take a job in Mobile, Teddy's, if I don't have someone I know that's going to be showing up, then he's going to have to come with me, and I don't know how. I hope he's going to be okay with that if he's going to have to be in a daycare. So that's the stuff that I'm having to try to work through. And we got kicked out of daycares in the past. Like he couldn't deal with the other kids. He's much better. Yesterday was amazing. And yeah, I need to wrap this up. Yesterday was amazing at the park. There were like tons of kids. It wasn't a birthday party, but there were just a ton of kids there, and they were all doing the like big spinner and the little one there. And it was just like, he just jumped in with everybody, and he was just one of them. And it was just real amazing. It was special. So he's definitely better. He just doesn't have the communication skills like other kids do. And he does have behavior sometimes. All right, that's it.